Welcome back to the From Harvey with Love podcast. I am your host, Harvey World Drizzy. And today we got a special one. We got a reaction from my favorite channel, the We Need to Talk channel, over there with my boy Alan Obi. And today he had a guest on his show, as he usually does, and he's holding a powerful interview. And the lovely individual, the young lady, has some questions for us. So we're gonna see if we can't help her get to the bottom of some of these questions that she has. So without further ado, we're just gonna get straight into it. It's a pretty long video. It's about 30 minutes long. We may or may not, I don't believe we get through the whole thing, but if not, what we will do is leave the link in the description below so that you can go finish the video in its entirety, and also like, comment, and subscribe over there. While we on the topic of liking, commenting, and subscribing, go ahead, make sure you hit that subscribe button over here, the notification bell, so you are alerted when we have new content out. Also, yeah, because you're gonna need that notification bell hit, because I get banned too much on Facebook, and well, not too much on IG because I don't post enough. But I'll be banned on multiple pages. So if y'all want to be notified, become a part of the notification game. But without further ado, we're gonna jump straight into the reaction today.
I want to feel so aligned, sublime.
Obviously, the goal of these conversations is to reunite Black men and Black women, primarily through understanding. So let's talk. What is it that you are confused about when it comes to Black men? What are some things that you have an issue with when it comes to Black men? I'll try my best to add context, and then we'll just,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? We'll just ping pong from there.
Okay.
So talk to me.
Okay. So I'll start off with what do I want to understand more when it comes to Black men?
Let's hear it.
Black men, I would like to understand what you actually want in a woman, because I feel like what you want and what you desire are two different things. And this is why I say that. I feel like what you desire is the physical aspect, but what you want is the personality and the character traits of that woman. So what you desire and the characteristics that you would like to go along with what you desire doesn't always line up. So the same way y'all say to us, the type of men we want look a certain way, but they don't behave that way. Help me understand why is it like that for you too? Because you
More than happy to help you understand. See, I get what she's trying to say with the want and desire thing, right? So what she's trying to say is what we say we want don't typically match what we desire, what we go after, what we pursue. And I'm here to tell you that the real issue is, it's the guys she's watching. See, you're paying attention to the guys that you want, and the guys that you want, or the guys that you lust after, or the guys that those guys are Pookie and Ray Ray types, maybe elite Pookies, maybe rappers, celebrities, R&B singers. You see the women that they end up with, the women that they chase after. What's on TV? What's on Love and Hip Hop? They chasing the BBLs and all of that, but a man that loves you would never ask you to get a BBL. So what real men, the type of men that I suspect that you want, these loving, these capable, these competent, these ambitious men, they want a helpmate. They want somebody that's going to be cooperative and collaborative with them. They don't want a battle axe or a grenade launcher. They don't want somebody to try to mold them or build them. We don't want that. We want somebody to help us on our mission. That's what we want. And do we want you to look good? Absolutely. But men, we understand that you don't get it all. So women, ladies, what we're saying is, first and foremost, to make yourself better, the best thing you can do is be in shape. That's simple. That's something that it's simple. It ain't easy. It's simple. It ain't easy. But get in shape. That's step one. That's going to make you a lot more marriageable if you just get in shape. Also, practice femininity. Practice being cooperative. When you get ready to open your mouth, think before you speak next time. Think about how will that make him feel. And listen, this is because you have to care about a man now. I know what you say. Why should you do that? I could hear it all going across your brain. But if he's who you want, that's why. That's why you should do it. That's why you should listen to him, because you want him. You want what comes with him. You want his protection. You want him to lay down his life. That's what you want. So, ladies, if you want to know what we want, of course we want girls that are in shape. Of course we're going to, they're going to look at the girls with the BBLs, but nobody, let me tell you, it's a BBL, for the most part, is a red flag. The biggest red flag. That bird has custom made her body for Pookie and Ray Ray. She is custom built for Pookie, Ray Ray, Chad, and Tyrone. Custom built. We don't want her. Not the way you think we do. Well, they're getting married. You talking about Cardi B? Is that who you talking about when y'all say that? They get married. You talking about Sierra? Is that who you talking about? These people have talent, substance, money, a lot of things.
You can literally have, and they say, when a guy's ready, he's going to be ready.
Facts.
But with a woman could be ready or want something, but what she desires isn't what she thinks she actually wants. So I'll backtrack to what I was saying. Have you ever thought, like, let me take time to kind of hear this woman right here out? Because it might not be what you visualize. Now, let me say, if you're a fitness guru and you want someone that's fit, that's completely understandable. But what if what if you're a fan of like a huge butt or and she has an amazing frame, but it's not like that. Are you okay with that? Because what if everything else check out?
Y'all see, that's how I can tell the fact that you fixated on the big butt and shit like that. Like, when a man is looking for a wife, a nice ass is great, that's fine. But that's not at the top of our list. That's the problem, man. We don't pick women the way you pick men, and you shouldn't pick men the way you pick men. Actually, we should be closer to what y'all doing. A man can pick off looks and stuff like that, especially a man that's of some type of status, that's a high earner. Like, he don't need you to be smart. But I'm not even talking about those relationships. I like to focus on relationships that matter, the ones that are really built on something other than love. Like, love is, of course, important, essential in the union, yes. But it is not paramount. It should not be on top. It's not because it comes and goes. Once you get married, marriage is a responsibility. It's a responsibility, and you got a responsibility to that union to cultivate it. She's focused on the guy she like. There's no man or no authority in her life. You know, maybe she needs a male friend ain't gonna do it, man. You know, I don't know. Maybe she got a dad. Maybe she could call Pops and ask Pops to do it the old school way. Or you can use your eyes and you can vet these men, and you should understand that you are attracted to a certain type of thing. That's why you gotta look objectively at yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, both of us, we got to look objectively at ourselves first. You need to understand that if you are an undercover Pookie lover, because, hey, look, admit it. If you got a few Pookies in your past, it's safe to say that whether you picked them for those reasons or not, you tend to attract Pookies, which means that you like Pookies. Something about Pookies attract you. You need to understand that about yourself. And so when you start falling, identify that man. Is he a Pookie? Test him. Figure it out. Vet him. You have to.
But women are not perfect. Just like
Nobody's
men
perfect.
don't want to be looked as perfect. We don't either, but we are held to a higher standard when it comes.
And it's another. What is this higher standard, ladies? I keep hearing it. It keeps coming around. The sentiment keeps coming up. What is this higher standard, ladies, that you're held to over men? Are you talking about beauty standard? Because you are, absolutely. Because men, we know, for the most part, they're saying that they can be ugly, fat, short. It doesn't much matter, especially if you got money. So no, we're not judged. We're not judged as harshly on looks as you guys are. That's a fact. But what other standard do you talk about? I'm always confused at this standard that you held to so much higher than a man. It's downright disrespectful to what we do for this world. You're not held to a higher standard than us. Many women aren't held to any standard. You're sexually liberated. You can do whatever you want. And I can't even call you a hoe for doing it, because that makes me a misogynist, because I have control over my body.
Comes to perfection. And
what perfection?
I know men can say, well, I don't think that's true because, you know, women want us to provide. Mm-hmm. They want us to do this. They want us to do that.
All of that, yeah.
But men want the same things from women, just not in that same aspect. So
explain that though. You got to break that
I
part
kind of need
down.
help here, y'all.
Okay. I'm gonna try my best. I like to use like sports analogies, right? So
break it down for her.
Pick a sport: basketball or football.
Football.
So you know football better, or like football athletes better.
They're kind of hand in hand.
Okay. Cam Newton, because you're in Charlotte. Everybody wants a quarterback that's athletic like Cam Newton, but accurate and consistent like Tom Brady, right? Cam Newton was first overall in the draft, right? I believe so. Now, did his career last as long as Tom Brady? No. Is he going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer like Tom Brady? No. Is he going to be considered the GOAT like Tom Brady? No. So you have to ask yourself as a woman, do you want to be the first overall pick or do you want to be the GOAT? And those things, those things are not always synonymous. And I tell people all the time, the reason Tom Brady is the GOAT is because he doesn't have what Cam Newton has. So Cam Newton's athleticism would be like a woman who's drop dead gorgeous, you know. Because a Cam Newton is athletic, he doesn't necessarily have to understand the playbook like a Tom Brady. He doesn't necessarily have.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy. Me and the homies, we always joke that, you know, the finer the chickie is, the poorer the personality. You hear guys joke all the time that women are funny. They're not fun to be around. And it's hilarious because then you hear women, the first thing that they lead with is he got to be able to carry on a conversation. And they couldn't carry a conversation with vice grips. They couldn't carry on the same ones that say that say that they need to be able to carry some type of intellectual conversation with her to stimulate her mind. Dumb as a bag of wet hammers. Makes absolutely no sense. No sense. But that's what the fuck they asked for. And the reason that they have this dull personality is because she bad to the fucking bone. She passed the eye test, which is typically all you need to pass with men for the most part. It's 90% of it. I always joke that women, they dress a certain way, they act a certain way to get the attention of men, and then they wonder, like when we approach you for the first time, initially, the very first time we approach you, it's all look. It's all physical. Nobody's walking over to you because they thought you were nice, you was a great conversationalist. That girl looks educated. That's not what the fuck. Nobody's coming over there to you for that. That's not why they coming over there. They coming over there because you look good. You look like something that's worth getting to know. And you should actually be flattered. Many times, y'all use this as a time to disrespect a man because he don't look a certain type of way. Because we all know that the way he looks or the way he's perceived matters a whole lot more. How you encode his message. It's the difference between being flattering and being sexual harassment. We gonna let her get back.
Have to practice as much as a Tom Brady because he's faster. He can jump higher in the whole nine. But unfortunately, those things that that Cam Newton has, he loses them over time. He's not as fast now as he was when he got in the league. He's not as, he can't jump as high, Whereas Tom Brady's game is one that improves over time, because it doesn't rely on things that diminish over time. It relies on skill, right? So I guess the lesson for women is, in a perfect world, we want both.
Of course.
We say lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. We want a baddie who also has a personality.
The world ain't perfect.
In reality, we know that there's a trade-off, right? And typically, the best that you can get as a man, mostly in life, is going to be like an 8. If you get really lucky, you can get a 9. But when you start getting into 9 and 10 territory, they're usually cuckoo. They usually don't have a personality because they've never had to.
For what?
Right? They usually can't communicate well. They usually, don't want to settle.
And you know why? Because life is about leverage. And she bad to the fucking bone. So when she says she can get another one of you tomorrow, she absolutely means it, and she's right. She's correct. Especially in her youth. In your youth, when you beautiful and you flame, it don't matter. She don't have to put up with the shit of any man, anywhere, anybody. Because she bad to the bone. But what's going to happen is, just like Cam Newton's speed went away, her looks is going to start to fade. And she going to always be bad. Look at Nia Long. Nia Long's 51 years old, and she's in the media now because she got cheated on by her longtime boyfriend and baby daddy. Why she's surprised, I don't know. They've been together for about 12 years, I believe. I think they have a child together and everything, but never married. I mean, and marriage ain't for everybody, so I'm not going to judge the relationship. But what I'm saying is he got caught cheating, and so Twitter and social media is in an uproar. How could you cheat on Nia Long? But this is the thing. It's nostalgia, baby. Y'all are thinking about Nia Long when she was on the Fresh Prince with Will Smith. Y'all thinking about Craig girlfriend Nia Long. No, she's not that anymore. And not saying that because she got old and her beauty faded, she deserved to be cheated on. That's not the point I'm trying to make. What we need to understand is, like, beauty, it fades. It's what's inside you and what you do, the value that you create inside that relationship that's going to keep you around long term. If you are combative with this man all the time, that's not gonna make him feel good. He's not gonna feel love through that. So that's it's a ticking time bomb. It's only a matter of time before he steps out, he leaves, or it becomes too much for the both of you and you leave, because we know that the woman quits more than the man. Men will typically, stick around because it's cheaper to keep her, right? Fellas, when you vetting a girl, man, like, we get it. Like I said, you gonna walk up on her, you gonna approach her, but just cause she bad, man, she could be bad to the bone. And I'm telling you, like that last video, man, go check out the last video. Husbands beware. Go check out that last video. That girl was bad to the bone and married, but she was disobedient. And that'll ruin you.
Because they've always had things given to them. So I say all that to say, if you are a woman of substance and you're not relying on things that Mother Nature is going to take away, you can still win. But you have to develop the skills, a jump shot, a crossover. Whereas the other girls who might get picked first, they're not going to be in the league 5-10 years from now, right? So my only kind of...
and get it, the reason they're not going to be in the league is because they're not going to do the work. You going to do the work. Like it's a longer game. It's a longer route, because you're going to see all of these BBL warriors getting scooped up, getting pumped and dumped. That's what you see. You're going to see them, they going to constantly be in relationships with top quality guys and all this shit. And it's going to look real good from the outside, but you need to worry about what's on your plate. Worry about what you order. That's what you need to worry about, because, it's in track, we used to call it tunnel vision. Worry about what's going on in your lane. You can't, it's just you and the clock. It's just you and the clock. And this is the same way it is in life. You can't focus on their plate. You got to worry about your plate. You got to worry about what you got in front of you. And all you can do is be the best version of you. And that sound corny, but hear me out. Every day, incremental change, compounded, that over time, you get better and better every day. You reading more, you working out, you staying in the gym. And by reading, don't just be reading. Don't just be reading the graphic novels. I need you find out what it is these men want. Do your research. Make a game out of it. Do something. But at the end of the day, you have to study us the same way we have to study you. And like a lot of the guys that are out here, they're not studying you guys in the right way. They really finessing y'all. And that's the problem. Everybody's trying to finesse. You trying to finesse a meal or some money is what the go-to thing. Not necessarily her. I don't know her. She ain't said that. She don't actually seem like that type. But who knows what the fuck that means? She don't seem like, who knows, But I don't know her, but she ain't said anything to make me think so far in this video that she's one of those. But they trying to get something out of you. And that's fine, fellas. Like, you got to understand, some of them going to be just trying to hit you for that dinner. That's the risk. You're not getting away from that. You're not getting around that. It's up to you. You're a grown man, a masculine man, right? It's up to you to make that decision. Do you want to go out? Because y'all are, I guess 200 is the magic number, but where I'm at, that 200 ain't even no dinner for two. That ain't no dinner for two. Not at a quote unquote nice restaurant, it ain't. But if you don't want to spend the $200, $200 to $400 or whatever the fuck it's gonna cost, if you don't see that experience is worth it, then just simply don't go, fellas. Don't get used and abused. And if you do go on that date, understand that there is a chance that you get nothing, especially not no ass. It's one date.
Advice to women is to understand the skills that you are improving and why. But if y'all just keep like competing based on who's the baddest bitch, right, you're gonna lose. But if you understand, all right, I may not be the baddest, but boom, I could cook. Boom, I could pour into them.
And what is bad anymore anyway? Think about it. They all turn into fucking clones. They all Kim Kardashian clone factory on IG. That's all that's going on over there. So like if you just jump in the line and you just look like them, you built like them, you go get you a BBL so you look like them. What's the difference? It's a bunch of plastic Barbie dolls. It's actually ridiculous. And these asses are looking worse and worse. Y'all getting these great value asses. Y'all flying off to Colombia and all these other places. And y'all getting these botched booties and bringing your weird ass back over here and swearing you hot. You not hot, droopy booty. You look stupid. And you was frumpy before you got that motherfucker. I didn't see the before pictures. You was frumpy, built horribly, built like the Mucinex man. Now you got you a stomach ass and you think you hot. They had Erica Banks in the news because she wanted down natural built women talking about something. They not, and she's a BBL recipient. She done went over there and got her one from somewhere because she ain't had no money like that. So she probably got one of these botched booties because she ain't built right neither. Look dusty. Look like condom sex and Newports. It's exactly what she looked like. But she had the audacity to down quote unquote skinny girls. They can't go to the club with her. I don't know why anybody would want to go to the club, period, much less with her. But that's neither here nor there. But she's in it because they actually are shaming natural built women. And men are screaming, the real men, the marriageable men, the men who are thinking about getting married, not the Chads and the Tyrones. They are screaming, they're begging you, don't do it to your body, stop. Don't do it to your body, stop. But y'all don't want to hear that. We don't do it for y'all. I don't want to. Go your ass to the gym, you lazy woman. Like, and y'all have every excuse. No, I can't. Every excuse. Jesus Christ. Every one of y'all got some type of a health reason why you can't. Or I won't ever lose weight because of my thyroid. Shut up. Get your lazy ass up and work out. I mean, if you got something for real, but the ones who ain't got nothing for real, who can work out, who are able is what I'm talking about. Not nobody disabled. I'm not a jerk. I'm not an asshole. Well, maybe a little bit. But I'm saying it. You can. Get your ass in shape. Get your ass in shape. Everything gets easy after that. Ladies and ladies and gentlemen. Like a lot of times they always say, I don't never hear them talk about the men, but I preach working out now. Anybody who's my friend, if they fat, they uncomfortable around me because they know how I'm coming. they know how I'm coming.
Man, boom, I'm agreeable, this and that, you will win. But in a perfect world, men want both. But when we get to the age that we are ready to settle down, where we've gotten it out of our system, kind of like you alluded to, all the fat ass, big titty stuff, it doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm 29, but I'm getting to that age where this shit don't even matter as much, right? Yeah. It's just about, you know what I'm saying, what kind of energy do you bring to my life?
Right.
You know, more than just how you look, how do you move? How do you smell? You know, again, these are the jump shots and the crossovers. Whereas the bad bitches, they just getting off of how they look, but they might stink for real.
Yeah.
When you get close to them, their breath might be bad. You know what I'm saying? They might sound like Kevin Gates when they start talking. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, so a woman can.
And a lot of them are insufferable to be around. Don't nobody, like, ladies, y'all don't understand, like, you being bad is not enough. I know some bad bitches that's a bad time. You hear what I'm saying? A bad time. A waste of time. Going nowhere fast with them. So that's why men don't select off of that. Like, we'll have fun with you. But you think every time I have sex with you, I want to argue? You think I want to worry about what you're doing when you're away from me? Women who are susceptible to the advances of other men, nobody, that'll raise your blood pressure. Who got time for that? Nobody got time to babysit you because you don't know how to control yourself. So yeah, they'll still get sought after because they're easy and they look good. Who wouldn't? There's not a man that's going to pass up the opportunity to be another one of them bodies under her belt. They going to happily do it. They're going to happily do it.
Can compete, but she has to understand what is the goal.
Okay.
I hope that made sense because I went all over the place.
No. That's no difference than how I be when I be talking. No, it makes sense. Okay, so what about that woman who actually do possess both? Then what? Because They're out there.
Sure.
I've
They get
been
picked.
told that I have like a goofy, fun personality, but then I also can sit down with someone and have an intellectual conversation. I do like to cook. I can clean. I like.
Oh, you about to get a shit ton of DMs.
I don't mind being nurturing, and I don't think anyone who's ever experienced that part of me can ever say it is not valid. So now, because there are women like that,
Yeah.
but why is it that when a woman like that is presented, then a man automatically feels like it does not exist?
Because you identified you as that. He did not, which means you typically, hear me out, may not be who you think you are. It goes back to that looking at yourself objectively. It's so many women running around here thinking that they're a good woman, and that's the problem. You are not a good woman. I'm not saying that's her specifically. I'm not talking specifically to her, but I'm saying generally when these women are saying this, oh, I'm a great woman and I'm getting done wrong. You getting done wrong because you pick wrong. Ma'am, you getting what you deserve out of life. We all get what we deserve out of life. I mean, barring like health issues and shit like this, you get what you work for. You eat what you kill. So you running in the Pookies and Ray Rays because you are fishing in the Pookie and Ray Ray pond. It's a big ass sign on the fucking door, on the fence. Say that's what's in. Like you see catfish and shit. Like no, it's Pookies in here. You sitting out on your fucking boat and you won't move, and you've been catching the motherfuckers left and right. You gonna have to go. You're going to have to go to other waters. You're going to have to go to another habitat if you want to find the type of man that you need. Where you are hunting, you've been looking for love in all the wrong places. In all the wrong places because you're going after what you are attracted to. And that edge that Pookie got, that I don't give a fuck about nothing attitude that Pookie got, you know, that reckless, that carelessness, that aggression that he used, that he transmutes through sex with you. That borderline violence he give you in the bedroom, that's what you into. That's what get your juices flowing. A good man, or the type of man that you need or that would be best for you, a lot of times I've seen as a boring man. That's why he get cheated on. She cheat with the pool boy. Fucking milkman, somebody who don't matter because you was working too much. And she's not committed to the relationship. She's committed to her fucking self. That's why instead of showing appreciation for their husband's the work that's being done, maybe even expressing to him the issue so that he might have, if he had a problem, if he knew you had a problem that was so serious that you was on the brink of cheating on him, he might want to make some changes in his life to do if you are as important as you're supposed to be.
Because, well, two things. Number one, sometimes those women tend to be janitors. And I did a video a while back about like different personality types and I call them the janitor personality type. They like to fix people. All right, they like to rehabilitate. They like to go into a bathroom and clean it to make it better than it was when they got there. So that's number one. Some of those people that you're alluding to, for whatever reason, they seek out projects and they validate themselves based on their ability to repair or to clean, right? The other thing that tends to happen is, unfortunately, it might be an age thing too. Like if you're a woman in your early 20s, most of the niggas your age, they not really, you know what I'm saying? They're not really trying to settle down.
Yeah.
You know? But when you start getting into the later 20s.
Same age.
Yeah. When you start getting into like the later 20s, when you start getting into like the 30s and shit like that, that tends to be a situation where, unfortunately, those women aren't used to a good man. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had women even on the show.
And that's the problem that I'm always arguing with these girls about this body count shit that they don't ever want to talk about. And that's the issue. You just can't take all that trauma from all of these bad men. These women that's in their 30s now, you know, unfortunately, they got a lot of bad past relationships. Not all of them. Some girls don't get just done wrong, but that they seem to be few and far between. At least in the black community, they seem to be few and far between. It seems like many of them are dealing with trauma, and trauma from those past relationships. And men, specifically black men, we are not absolved of our sins. We definitely deserve some blame for that. You deserve some blame for that, because at the end of the day, I feel like we living in a time where you can be more truthful than you ever could. In today's society, females are putting up with shit that they never would have put up with before. They're making deals that they never would have made before, and some of them don't want to make them, and they probably shouldn't make them. But the issue is, you made your bed, so you lie in it. As my granny used to tell me, you made your bed, nigga, now lie in it. Sexual liberation movement has put coochie on the clearance rack. It's the easiest thing to get. It's the easiest commodity. Something back in the day, and they give it away so frivolously that they believe every man is getting it. Because they believe every man is getting it, it's like they're just the ones being done wrong, like we robbing the coochie store. That's not what's going on. Y'all giving it away. Y'all giving it away. Everything about, if it's woman empowerment, it got something to do with being a slut. Something to do with being able to show as much skin as you want. Be as nasty, dance as provocatively as you want. And even though you are exuding sex, and sex only most of the time, God forbid a man see you as that. It's the craziest shit. It's the craziest shit. We living in a time where everybody wants to pick what they are. And women tend to pick that they're a good woman, even when they're not.
I would say that, yeah. Because I'm so used to chaos, even though I'm a great woman, but even because I'm so used to chaos, when I'm with somebody or in a situation where it's peaceful, it's too quiet.
Mm-hmm. It's boring.
It's ominous almost. Like,
that's that boring husband that we was talking about. He's working his ass off, and you ain't got no financial problems, no financial woes like that. The kids all doing good in school. That's boring. Pookie was that chaos. Pookie had your heart pumping, because you ain't know if Pookie was out fucking, or if Pookie was going to jail, or if you gonna get a phone call that they didn't pick Pookie, that Pookie at the he done got his brains blown out on the next block. You don't know what's going on with Pookie. And then when Pookie finally walked back through the door after a long day of cheating or scamming, robbing, trapping, whatever it is he was doing, y'all have butt naked raw sex. And then the turmoil starts all over again right afterwards. Like, as tumultuous as that is, that's normal. I used to even kid that I was this way when it came to life in general. It's like, when things is going so bad in your life for so long, that even if somebody told you behind this door right here was the land of milk and honey and all things great, and basically both of the doors is open, and you can step through the right door, which is the land of milk and honey, or you can step through the left door, which is the typical chaos that you're used to. See, the thing is, inside that land of milk and honey door is black in there. I can't see in there. I don't know. I don't know what's in there or how that is. I hear what you're saying, but if you look in the chaotic door, in chaos, in my typical normalcy, the lights is on. I can navigate in there. I can move over there. I'm used to that, and I can see that even the bad things, the chaos that's going on in there, that's not too bad. I've dealt with that before, worse than that before. I can conquer that. I'm gonna walk right in there, and I feel like that's what women are doing. That's what they're doing. They're choosing the chaos because the chaos feels good. The chaos feels good, and you got your chance to be what he called a janitor. I call it broken bird syndrome. A bird fall from a tree, and you want to take it in your house and nurse it back to life. But sometimes you got to just keep it pushing. You got to keep it pushing. You can't save all the Pookies. Pookie's rarely even get saved. What's probably more accurate is you gonna go down with Pookie, or before Pookie, or for Pookie.
I end up holding my breath like what's going to happen. Because for the last 20, 30 years, I've been used to what's this nigga about to do now? Or what do I have to bail him out of? Or what do I have to, prepare for? And that becomes kind of your comfort zone in a weird way.
Thanks.
So I would tell those women to kind of start with yourself and figure out, are you a fixer-upper? Why aren't you attracted to or attracting the male version of the good dude who's ready to settle down in the whole nine? And then kind of ask yourself, do you actually want that? Because you might.
And I'm going to tell you right now, without knowing her situation, but I think the reason that a lot of times they're not attracted to those guys, the guys that they want, the guys that they say that they're attracted to, because they have not made themselves available to those type of guys. If you go to the club every week, those guys are not going to be in the club. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the church, unfortunately, there are no guys in church, so he's definitely not going to be in the church. For the girls thinking that they're going to run into him at the grocery store, look, you have to make yourself available to these guys. And if you don't know, I don't know what type of guy you like, so I couldn't tell you exactly where to find him. But I'm going to tell you this, it's something that you can figure out. What do the men that you want? Guys, we ask that question all the time of ourselves, and that's why a lot of these men have came up with, I just got to get some money. And that's why they lead with money, because the research and the data is out. Overwhelmingly, if you got that, it trumps all else. Now, you can be mad at men and say, oh, he just trying to throw his money around, but that's what he got. Hey, you got to use what God gave you. God might have gave him looks, but he got a fat wallet. I'm not mad at him for using it, as long as he know why he's loved.
You might just like the idea of it, but you might not actually want to be all these things that you're saying.
I actually don't disagree with you. So you made a very, very valid point on something, because I used to do that. I used to do the same thing, and I wound up realizing you have to stop. The fixing part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I talked about this in one of the episodes, but growing up, I was always taught to fix things, even if I didn't break them, even if I didn't mess it up. Go apologize, go say sorry, go do what you have to do, be the bigger person. It was always that. So I realized as I got older, that kind of transferred into my dating life. And I would attract men that were broken. And I felt the need to try my best to fix. But I wasn't fixing because I wanted power. I wanted to fix to show them that there is somebody that cares.
And see, I believe her, because I know genuine girls that are really not trying to fix you to hold that over your head, and that's why they end up being, and that's why they end up being hurt so bad. They really do just want to love you. They hear the story that nobody ever loved you before, and they want to be like, nope, I'm going to love you though. And then that man continues to drag her through the mud, and now you realizing why nobody's loved him before. But what you want to do is you still in fix-it mode. And so you let him drag you to fucking death. Let him go. I'm not saying just quit on all relationships, because and I didn't even know y'all doing that anyway. I'm just saying, like, when you see these red flags, and what I mean by red flag, it's like something that you cannot put up with. You absolutely will not deal with, a deal breaker. When a guy shows you that he has the capacity for that type of shit, whatever it is, if it's putting his hands on you, which no woman should put up with, if it's verbally abusive, financially abusive, whatever it is that you know you cannot put up with, there ain't no reason for you to sit around and try to fix that. You just need to go ahead, and it's one thing that you can control, ladies. And I tell dudes the same shit. It's one thing that you can control, and it's one way that you can your reprisal. It's denied access to you. They gonna treat you how you let them. So you tell them this is the rules, and whenever they don't want to play by the rule, make yourself scarce. Give them the gift of your absence. And when they figure it out, if you willing to give another shot, then they can then let them come back. But until then, this is your rules. This is the policy, and treat it like a job. As soon as it's violated in a major way, and I'm talking about these are the deal breakers now. These are the deal breakers. You don't let them hit you twice. You don't let them hit you twice. Whatever it is, like if it's cheating, if that's what you know that you cannot put up with, then don't put up with it. Is what I'm saying, because you have to live with the realization that he might not stop doing whatever it is. He might hit you one time, and that might be the first of many. All that you can do is deny him access. I don't believe a guy that puts his hands on you physically inside of a romantic relationship ever deserves another shot to be looked at or nothing like that. He deserves to be in prison. He beating your ass, he deserves to be in jail. I mean, unless you the violent one, because I'm not. That's another thing that sucks over here, man, for men in men advocate spaces, is that most of the domestic violence, I should say, women are far more violent inside of these relationships than men are in mass. Because it's okay to punch up. It's okay for a woman to hit a man. It's just definitely not the same for a man to hit a woman, as it should be. It shouldn't. It's not an equal. It's not equal.
There's about you that won't throw your secrets in your face. I was trying to be.
Go ahead and leave me like everybody else.
I was trying to be that person that was patient, that God say, like, hey, we be at our roughest moments and women don't stick there by us. And I tried to stick there.
Oh, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah, I tried to stick
talk
there.
about that.
But I'm not. I can give a person tools, but I can't fix everything.
Facts.
And I wound up realizing that I tried to fix so much that in turn, I was breaking myself down. So then that's where self-esteem problems come in. So now it's like you've been hurt by the people that you're trying to fix. And like you said, you don't recognize that good person, because I had that person in my life. You remember that day I was telling you I don't regret a lot. But this particular guy.
Is this a woman admitting to losing a good man? Huh. That's a refreshing turn of events. You never hear that. It's usually always the man's fault.
I mean, it didn't matter what I went through. He was so supportive, so supportive. Do you need anything? And I did not treat him how he should have been treated. At the time, I was so busy trying to fix other people, but it was breaking me, that I didn't see his value at the time. I could be real. I didn't see his value. And it wasn't until I started maturing,
getting fucked by
and learning,
Chaz Tyrone's
and I wound up realizing, wow, like he was an amazing person, still is an amazing person. And when I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm coming at him, I'm about to tell him, like, look, I messed up. Can we start over? It was too late. He was like, look, I care about you. I love you. But I have a girlfriend now, and I'm not leaving her for you. And when I tell you, tears start coming, I was like, no.
I can see Lil Duval like, City Boys up 500.
No.
And that sucks. But hey, look, that's the risk. That's the risk. You go out here, grass ain't always greener. The grass ain't always greener. I don't know who the hell people think they are. I don't know who people think they are. That you just gonna get multiple chances. Like women running around here with multiple different baby daddies, still looking for the next. You got 3 different baby daddies, and you looking for a 4th. And you talking about marriage and shit. You had 4 husbands, ma'am. You need to relax. You had 4 husbands. You gave them the highest honor to use your uterus. The highest honor that you can give any man. It's crazy. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there. I'm gonna leave the link in the description so y'all can go ahead and finish, the rest of the video. But it was actually kind of refreshing. She was actually trying to get some understanding, and I appreciate that. We could appreciate that over here. The thing is, I think it's like a little disconnect. It's like we not gonna get it all, fellas. You're not gonna. I talk to my homeboy all the time, and the one the one friend I got left, and mainly we talk about these people. You're not gonna. We come to the conclusion that, in which all men should come to the conclusion, this perfect woman that you make in your mind, she might not exist. I won't even say typically she don't exist. She don't exist. But men are smart enough to get to but see, that's another thing. I'm not saying men are smart enough. We have the luxury. We have the luxury because of biology to be able to figure it out later on in life. So it's not like we actually smarter. It's just that, well, we are smarter. We just smarter later. And we don't have the same type of trauma from our past relationships because we're men. We carry some trauma from those relationships, but just not the same. We don't get as broken typically. Some of those red pill ragers over there, them boys have been hurt. So I don't care what nobody says. Some of them boys over there have been hurt, and that's what drove them to where they are. But what I'm just saying is there's a disconnect. You need to realize that first, you need to really do a deep inward look at yourself to find out what type of man, what type of woman would actually suit you best, or which one will you actually suit them best? Where can you add the most value in their life? Things like this will get you picked. I know it's hard to believe, I know I don't want to be a pick me and blah, 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 but why wouldn't you want to be a pick me, ma'am? I do not get that. I never understood that. You are a heterosexual woman. You are sexually attracted to men. You want to be in a relationship, monogamous or otherwise, with a man. Then why not pay attention to him? Why not study him? Why not make yourself a value to him so that you might be picked by him? Being a pick me is not a bad thing, ladies. Guys, we know it. We know it. Every dude is a goddamn pick me. Every single one of us. If it was something that we could do, a button that we could press to get y'all to, they pressing that button. Tell them to work out. And that's why you got to work out, the gym rat bros. You got tell them to get some money. You got the crypto bros. They gonna pop up because they gonna do what it takes. Women, y'all gonna have to adopt that same type of tenacity. You need to understand that just looking and being you, it's not enough. Y'all are not all 10s. I'm sorry. That's just not the reality of life. But I ain't gonna ramble too much more longer. I just want everybody to understand, from the young lady tonight to the fellas out there that's on their grind, that you gonna have to vet. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I got lucky. I got lucky young. You're going to have to do a whole lot more work than I did. A whole lot more work, especially at the age, in the late ages, when you in your 30s, your late 30s. It's time for you to sharpen up. So without further ado, go over there, to the We Need to Talk podcast or the We Need to Talk channel, and go ahead and give them subscribe so you can get these videos. You can get alerted to these videos when they pop because he always dropping fire. I mean, to be honest, I can just go on this page and do reactions all day. But I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Y'all be safe.